Motown down.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Classic Movie Buffet Theater. All right, thank you for joining me this evening. I want to say thank you to a lot of the views I've been getting on some of the other videos. Feel free to comment on any of those videos and leave a like, and we'll keep going forward. So on today's episode, I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit, and we're actually going to talk about a comedy today. We've been on kind of a roll with the action movies and the martial arts flicks, so I'm going to change it up today, and we'll discuss a comedy. Now, this comedy came out on March 23rd of 1984, and it was directed by a fellow by the name of Hugh Wilson. And he has directed such great films as Burglar from 1987, Blast from the Past in 1999, and he directed the comedy Dudley Do Right in 1999, and that was with Brendan Fraser, which was a fantastic comedy film. I love that film. Burglar was great. I have not seen Blast from the Past. That's one of those that went under my radar because I wasn't really, into that kind of love stuff or whatever it was, but I haven't seen that film. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Should I watch it? Is it worth watching? And the film we're going to talk about today is called Police Academy. And this is one of my favorite comedies from back in the early 80s. You just hear that theme song, the Police Academy intro theme, and I'm hooked. I'm right there. I'm watching it, and of course it spawned 7 sequels, which I have not seen. The Mission to Moscow. By the time that Mission to Moscow came out, excuse me, I had kind of got burnt out on the police academies. And a lot of people say that Mission to Moscow was not good at all. So I didn't really think I missed a whole lot, so I have never watched it. I think probably one of my favorite ones, well, probably I've watched all of them. I liked all of them, except, like I said, I hadn't seen Mission to Moscow. But I liked 1 through 6. 6 probably being the worst. Because I liked Police Academy 5. Assignment Miami Beach. A lot of people didn't like that film, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was hilarious, just like all the other ones. But for some reason, I just never have set to watch that Mission to Moscow. But this film, the first one, stars Steve Guttenberg, who plays Kerry Mahoney, and he's also played in such films as Short Circuit,
Mix thoroughly.
3 Men and a Baby, and he played in a horror slasher film called Cornered back in 2008. And if you have not seen that film, definitely check that film out because it was a good film. It's not, a blockbuster, high-budget film by any means necessary, but to see Steve Guttenberg in that film, he was fantastic. Fantastic. And the film also stars the great Kim Cattrall, who plays Karen Thompson, and she's also played in such great films as Mannequin from 1987, which is a great film. I love that film. And she also played in the film Baby Geniuses, which I've never seen that. A lot of people say it's a great film. I may have to check it out, but I've never watched it yet. And she also voiced the character Melinda Finster from 1991 to 2003 for 174 episodes on the Rugrats. Now, I didn't know that. I was not, don't shoot me in the comments or hate on me in the comments, but I was not a fan of the Rugrats cartoon when it was out. So I had no idea that she had even voiced a character in that cartoon. And the film also stars G.W. Bailey, who plays Lieutenant Harris, and he's also played in such films as Runaway from 1984, and that was with Tom Selleck and Kirstie Alley. That's another one of my favorite films, and it will be on the channel sooner or later. And he also voiced a character, Rusty the dog, in the 2004's Home on the Range. Now, I've seen that film one time, and it's great. I liked it. I really did. I enjoyed it. And he has been on 105 episodes, which ran from 2012 to 2018 of the show Major Crimes. Now, I have never watched Major Crimes. About the closest to Major Crimes I ever got was CSI, and it was the original CSI with William Peterson, not none of these spinoffs. In my opinion, and a lot of people like them, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people like those. But in my opinion, they've got too many of them on TV now. It's been done and redone and overdone. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. So the plot for this film is the mayor declares that anyone and everyone can enroll in the police academy, irrespective of their physical condition or education. And many misfits descend on the academy, including a troublemaker who is forced to apply or go to jail. All right, so with that being said, let's get into the trailer for Police Academy. Here we go.
Crime. The city was full of it.
Hey! Free TVs!
Desperate measures were needed.
Want you to go to the police academy.
The police academy is such a dangerous place.
Honey, don't worry.
Desperate measures were taken.
I'm joining the police force! Ah!
The mayor says we have to take this riffraff.
I'm trapped here?
Oh, yes. We all are.
What about guns? When do we get guns?
You will be schooled in firearms, police procedures, local laws, and many, many other things.
High-speed driving. And self-defense.
I need a volunteer.
That's me!
I'd love to go.
Police Academy.
Where did you get this gun?
My mom gave it to me.
Mister, I am warning you, hot tower!
They're lean,
20 right here.
mean,
Does the radio bother you?
5.
I can turn it down.
obscene. Each and every one of them striving to defend
You make me sick.
Thank you, sir. I make everybody sick.
See the thighs?
or offend.
Come on, I haven't got all day. The thighs.
And now that they're ready for the real world,
Give me the thing!
crime is no longer the #1 problem. They are.
Can you get my kitty cat out of the tree?
No problem, ma'am.
Police Academy.
All right, that was a trailer for Police Academy from 1984. It had a budget of $4,800,000, and the worldwide gross for this film was $81,198,896. So they hit comedy gold when they put this first movie out, and it was no wonder that it spawned so many sequels. I think the revenue for this film started to drop probably after the second film was made, but they just kept making them. It was a cash cow, and they treated it as such, and they just burned everybody out with it, pretty much. This is a great movie for relaxing after a hard day's worth of work, or whatever it is you're doing after a hard day, just go home, cut this movie on, start watching it. It's sheer escapism and good humored fun that only requires the watcher to put their mind in neutral, prop up their feet, and not think too much. Police Academy works because of the characters. The acting is campy as hell, but the characters are so outlandish, they are memorable. G.W. Bailey is the perfect protagonist. He's mean, and you love to hate him, and he is the perfect balance to Mahoney's character. Their characters are fun to watch square off against each other throughout the film. Mahoney wants out. Harris wants him out, but he can't. And then when he finally does something to get kicked out, Gutenberg doesn't want to leave because he's in love with Kim Cattrall's character. So they clash a lot. They clash a lot in this movie, and it's fantastic to watch. David Graff, who plays Tackleberry, Michael Winslow, who plays Jones, Bubba Smith, who plays Hightower, and Marion Ramsey, who plays Hooks, and other characters, all play diverse and funny characters, each one with their own shtick and shortcomings. You had Hooks, who had like the voice of a little baby that she didn't really talk in a high tone. Hightower was a beast. Pretty much in this movie, I mean, he was a strong character. And of course, Tackleberry, he had a love for guns and ammo, so he was out there somewheres. And then you had the one guy, I can't think of his name, but he was getting bullied all the time by the street gang or whatever, and you wanted to see him be able to fight back. So joining the police academy kind of helped him do that. I mean, they each all had their own persona, like I said, their own shtick and shortcomings, and it was nice to see them overcome those throughout the movie. And one thing you notice when you watch these movies is all the characters in this movie are used in small doses to keep the comedy rolling, and it works very well that way. You don't get stuck with just watching one character throughout the whole film. You have little short sticks with each one of the characters, which kind of helps build their characters. If you're looking for an 80s comedy that has everything you would expect, then this is the one. It absolutely doesn't take itself seriously, but the cast and the way it's put together make it an absolute joy to watch. This, like I said, this is one of my favorite comedies from back in the early 80s. I love watching these movies. Like I said, I've seen all of them except for Mission to Moscow, but I heard it was terrible, so I didn't even want to risk it. 6 was bad enough for me, but 1 through 5, I love them. I love 1 through 5. I'll try to watch those. Anytime I see them on TV, I turn it on and watch it. Anytime I see it on TV. I mean, there was a lot of characters in this film that didn't get their just desserts, more or less. But Steve Gutenberg was good in this film. Bubba Smith was fantastic. G.W. Bailey, I liked him a whole lot better than I did Lieutenant Mauser in the other films. I thought G.W. Bailey was the perfect guy to play Lieutenant Harris and be the bad guy in the films. And I mean, Mauser was okay to a certain extent, but I didn't like him as good as I did G.W. Bailey. And to have I forgot what his name was, but he played Lieutenant or he played Commandant Lassard. That guy is genius in comedies. He is absolute gold when it comes to comedy films. I enjoy his character so much. He's so senile. is so senile in these movies, and it's fantastic to watch him in these movies. All right, so now we're going to get into some trivia for the film. Number one, first thing, the term tackleberry has become a standard in the private security industry to denote an officer who is inordinately fond of firearms and other high-tech equipment. That's pretty cool to have like your own. I mean, to become a standard in the security biz off of a character from a movie, it's fantastic. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. Let's see. In addition to playing Jones, Michael Winslow also supplied the voice for all the announcements, all the public address announcements heard over the PA at the Academy. So he did a lot. He did a lot in that film. He's a fantastic comedian. He makes his own sounds. If you've never seen him before, he's fantastic. He even voiced, I think he voiced some of the Gremlins in the Gremlins movie. Of course, Howie Mandel did Gizmo, but Michael Winslow did the Gremlin voices in that film, and he's just fantastic. The way he can use his voice to make all these sounds, it's incredible. Michael Winslow, David Graff, and George Gaines. George Gaines was the one that I was thinking of a while ago that played Commandant Lassard. Are the only characters to play in all 7 Police Academy movies. Winslow is the only actor who played in the movies and had a regular role in Police Academy, the series. Now, I never watched the series. I knew it was on TV, but I never sat and watched an episode of it. For whatever reason, I just never caught the episodes. So I don't know if that show was really any good or not, but it had to be at least halfway decent with Michael Winslow in it. After early test, audiences responded most positively to Hightower out of all the characters. Bubba Smith was moved to second billing just behind Steve Guttenberg. So Steve Guttenberg had main bill because he was the bigger star. But according to this, during test screenings of the film, people drew more to Hightower's character, so they boosted him up to second billing. I never knew that. I never, looked at the credits to even contemplate that would happen. You would figure Kim Cattrall would be up there because she was a star at the same time as Gutenberg. So you would figure she would be up there higher, but whatever. All right, so here we go. Number 5. Former U.S. President Bill Clinton once told Steve Guttenberg that this is one of his favorite movies, and watching the films helped him through a difficult time. That's pretty cool. He also stated that at the Democratic National Convention in 2016, that his wife Hillary found his parenting choices questionable after he watched 6 Police Academy movies back to back with his daughter Chelsea. Wow. Okay. You gotta, to watch Police Academy back to back to back, no, I don't think I could do that. No matter how much I love these films, I think I would get burnt out, probably about midway through, maybe watch through 3 of them, but then that would be more than enough. Okay. The location of the Police Academy campus was known as the Mimico Lunatic Asylum, or variations thereof, until 1911, and Lakeshore Psychiatric Hospital from 1964 to 1979. It was acquired by Humber College in 1991 after being mainly used as a site for filming between 79 and 91. It is now a renovated and active educational facility. That's pretty cool. At least they made use of it. They didn't tear it down. So that's pretty cool. They actually renovated it, and it's now an actual education institution, which is cool. It's cool. This was the most successful film of 1984 in West Germany. Wow. Okay. Harris's trademark stick was not originally in the script. The prop was bought onto set as by an extra who gave it to G.W. Bailey to keep. So his little stick with the ball on the end of it was not supposed to be in the film at all. Like it said here, it was given to him by somebody on the set for him to keep, and he just used it in the film. And he used it well in that film. I mean, it became its own. Well, I don't want to say its own character. It became his trademark in those films. The hubcap that falls off of Fackler's car as he backs out of his driveway was unplanned. Okay, so at the start of the film, when you see all the new recruits going to the police academy, Fackler is one of the guys that's talking to his wife, and she tells him no, he can't join the police academy and this, that, and the other. And he is accident prone, very much so throughout this whole film. But I always thought when he backed the car out in that scene to leave, that the hubcap falling off was just part of it, was just part of the scene, which, according to this, it wasn't supposed to be, but they left it in there, which is cool. It's cool. And finally, Tackleberry's line, "Drop that stereo before I blow your nuts off, asshole," marks the only time that he swears in the entire series of films. The only time that he cusses throughout each one of those films was in this film. I never noticed that. I really didn't. It's nice. It's pretty cool to go back and look at some of these notes, some of these trivias on these movies, because there's always something in there that I didn't know, or never caught on to, that they talk about in these things. And I love to go through and read these and look through these. But this was, like I said, this was a fantastic comedy film. It's one that I will never forget. Me and my daughter, we love these films. She was more or less attracted to the Assignment Miami Beach, the fifth one, and I think that's why I liked it so much. It was a time that we could sit down together and we could watch movies. We always watched movies together. I mean, growing up, when I got to spend time with her, we was always watching something, whether it be a horror film or a comedy or whatever. But we kind of gravitated more towards the Police Academy Assignment Miami Beach when she wanted to sit down and watch a comedy with me. It was one of her favorite films and one of my favorite films. But I liked all of them. Like I said, but I haven't seen 7, so 1 through 6, I'll watch those. 6 wasn't exactly one of my favorites, but I'll watch it. 1 through 5 is probably my top best ones out of the whole series. But it was a great film. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen the first film, definitely go back and definitely try to find it and watch it. If you've seen it, it ain't going to kill you to watch it again, because I guarantee you you'll still laugh at it. I still laugh at it to this day, no matter how many times I watch it. Just something about the way it was set up, and the characters were fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to end the video here. Now, Saturday will be Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. I've got a decent one lined up for you. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comment section below, what was your favorite Police Academy? Did you like all of them, or did you stop watching them after the first 2, 3? Let me know which one was your favorite. What was your favorite scene in the Police Academy films? Just drop a comment down in the comment section below and we'll discuss it. Like I said, Saturday will be Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. And then we'll start over again next week with another classic movie buffet theater. So until then, I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye-bye.